What up, what up? It's a motherfucking go, baby. Welcome back to another episode of Chaos Child. If you're new to the channel, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting down the notification bell. And if you are already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. With that being said, let's go ahead and hit that intro, and we'll get things started. What the fuck, little nigga? Welcome to Chaos Child. Alright, let's see where did we leave off last time? Chiyamaru Studios. I hate that fucking cry. Paul Blart, Mall Cop, Paul Blart, Mall Cop, Paul Blart, Mall Cop, Paul Blart, Mall Cop. Alright, let's see, where did we leave off last time? Coco Child meeting Jared from what the fuck? The footlong Thickens? The fuck? Okay, last time I think we left off, we were trying to get the main character back to his house. But let's see what happens. Oh yeah, we left off here, huh? Did we choose a bad choice or a good choice? I silently looked up at the building. The lights were in the room at the end of the living room on the 3rd floor, which meant she was awake. Oh yeah, we didn't get to choose this. I'm gonna go with the bad, and then we're gonna go. I'd known she would be, but still I couldn't help but sigh. That was the end of my last hope. After Sarika had answered the phone, she'd handed it to me without saying a word. Just like I'd expected, her voice was calm. Both me and Sarika and Ito knew from experience that meant she was angry. She told me to come home immediately in a flat, emotionless voice. I couldn't even make any excuses. I'd been hoping she'd be asleep when I got back, but now I realized that there was never any chance of that. I wonder if he's gonna do something rapey. I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me. What the fuck? The pink guy? No. I don't know for certain that she wanted to talk about what happened today. It might be about something else. Trigger on. Maybe Kurusu was feeling worried too. It was already a witness to one death. I was already witness to one death. And now today it's seen another. If they were all part of the same series of murders, then the killer hadn't been caught yet. So maybe I was in a pretty dangerous position. I forgot last time, how did we figure out what happened with the guy's stomach? He ended up eating so many stickers, or they were introduced to him. I was trying to find the killer just like the police. It was possible that I've gotten in too deep and now the killer would come after me. And wait a minute. Kurusu was the vice president of the newspaper club and my sister. So maybe she was in danger too. It wasn't that long ago that she had been stabbed. They'd arrested the guy who had attacked her, but I'd heard that he was practically insane. Mind you, we still haven't seen the video footage of what he recovered. Remember, we still have the camera from that alleyway, and we still haven't seen that part yet. What if the real killer had sent him to stab Kurusu? What if the person who found my phone saw Kurusu's photos and phone number, and now was after her? That's overthinking things. I tried to tell myself that as I went inside the house. But when I knocked on Kurusu's door, there was no answer. I thought she might be asleep and tried to open the door, but it was locked from the inside. I'd seen the lights on from the outside, so maybe she was sleeping with them on. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? I know y'all just heard that. Now there was singing. I could hear a girl singing in a tiny, barely audible voice. Creak, creak. A woman was pushing an old baby carriage down the hallway towards us. She was the one singing. What? What the fuck? Wanted to get away from here. But then she looked forward once more as if nothing had happened and started to walk again. We almost collapsed to the ground in relief. I couldn't take my eyes off her as she disappeared into the darkness. Do you understand what kind of place you're in now? Even as we'd been almost crushed by the terror, Kunosata had been completely calm. I don't care if you want to go home. It's too late now. That room is what we're here for. Kunosata moved away from the wall and stared straight in front of us. That room? I followed her gaze to a pair of double doors in the darkness. They were different than the others. They looked like the doors to a normal lab. Come on, don't fall behind. Kunosato headed towards the doors, seeming completely unafraid. Sarika's legs were shaking too much for her to move, so Ito and I helped her as we followed. When we got to the door, Kunosato took out what looked like a key card from her skirt pocket. This door had a modern electronic lock, unlike the others we'd seen so far. She put the key card up to the reader, and the door swung open silently. She disappeared into the room, and we quickly followed. We all gasped as we entered the room. An entire wall of the room was lined with monitors. They were probably set up to observe something, but every one of them was off, so there was no way to tell what. But it was hard to believe that someone would set up something like this in a normal hospital. What if these are the monitors of the cameras of the company that's actually looking over the whole city? Remember that company that took over, that paid money to look over the city and whatnot? Hey.
Hi.
Yes? Kunosato turned toward Ito and gave him an order in a flat, emotionless voice. You can at least stand guard, right? Listen for any sounds outside the door. Let me know if anyone comes. Roger. Kunosato nodded, looked around the room, and then headed straight for a computer. She took a look at the wiring behind it, and then flipped the power switch. The machine started to make a low noise. It works? You can tell by looking at it, right? But is it okay just to boot it up like that? Why? Because if it's connected to the net, they might know you turned it on. Don't worry, I've confirmed that it's a standalone system. Standalone system means it's something that's not connected to the actual internet. It's like having a personal monitor at home and not having any Ethernet or something connected to it, so it's just something that's backed up to hard drives. Oh, that explained it. If that was true, at least we wouldn't have to worry about someone seeing it from the outside. Did you think that any ideas you could come up with, I wouldn't have come up with already? Don't insult me like that. She was as obnoxious as ever. Neither of us know the first thing about you, though, so you can really blame us? Was something that neither Ito nor I could say. The OS on the computer booted up. I looked at the screen and saw Kunosato was entering some kind of password. The password was accepted, and the screen filled with several folders. She opened them up and began carefully checking the contents of each one. Unfortunately, many of the files were written in English, and we had no idea what they said. And remember, Kunosato does speak English. Kunosato, however, was reading through each one of them and nodding. This whole folder's got a password on it, which means this is where she seemed to be trying to unlock the password at incredible speed. Hey. What? You ever see her at school? No. Why? She was at school wearing our uniform, so she's probably a student. But I guess you've never seen her either, huh? Are you serious? Ito seemed more shocked than I expected. You're kidding, right? You're telling me I missed a pretty girl like this? Get the fuck out of here, Ito. This is a serious ass moment and you come out of nowhere talking about puss puss? Not only was she attractive, she seemed incredibly smart, and she had an arrogant attitude that made her nothing like the other students. If she'd been coming to school, she would have stood out in both a good and bad way. But Ito didn't know her. What are you looking at? Sarika asked a question that both Ito and I had been too afraid to ask. I was sure she'd been told to shut up, but... What the hell, loco? Ito couldn't go for tacos, so he's going for her now? Pretty much. What they're doing here in this facility. She answered Sarika's question much more easily than I expected. Then maybe I could ask something too. Does this facility have something to do with the hospital? I told you to shut up. Damn it. Why was I getting treated so differently? Was it because Sarika was a girl? Was she one of, you know, those types? Don't tell me she normally dressed and acted like a boy. That would explain why Ito didn't know her. Kunosato ignored me and typed in a series of commands, then opened what looked like a top secret file. And then... That's it. She smiled for the first time that I'd ever seen and clicked on a file. And then something appeared on the screen. Was it some kind of drawing? It was a strange picture drawn in ink and paint. Ah, I see. So she's either a tranny feminist or a tranny feminist. What the fuck? What is this? A scribble? Oh shit, two bears high-fiving from New Vegas? Pretty much. No, that's... I forgot the name of these things. I'd seen it somewhere before. That was... That's right. A Rorschach test. Remember Rorschach is the guy from that comic book? I remembered reading about them in an issue of Cool Cat Press. Huh? You may look stupid, but I guess you do have some bare minimum of knowledge. I wasn't sure if that was a compliment or an insult. Welcome back, Jordan. Jordan! A Rorschach test? A Rorschach test, if you guys don't know what that is when they show you these type of images that are symmetrical, and different individuals might see different things and whatnot. In my case, I don't see two bears giving each other a high five. In my case, I see a skull. We already did Minecraft, Nani. What up, Nani? It's some kind of personality test, right? That's right. You look at the meaningless drawing made from ink stains, and what you see reveals things about your personality and how you think. More precisely, you use ink splashed on a folded paper to create a symmetrical picture. Just like Kunosato said, all the pictures on the screen were almost perfectly symmetrical. But there's doubts as to whether the Rorschach test actually functions as a psychoanalytical tool. If you see two bears high-fiving, you be a real nigga. What you mean? I mean, I get it from the New Vegas thing. I get it, but what the hell? Kunosato was studying the screen intently. Which means this is a psych ward? Like the one upstairs? If that was the case, I could imagine what these monitors were there for. Coco ain't a true fan. I am. It's just that I was just looking at something. I was looking at it from a different perspective. They were to look at each of the patient's rooms. That would mean that this was a medical facility that treated illnesses. At least that's what I wanted it to mean. Because that thing that Sarika and I had seen as a child, that strange atmosphere that we'd sense, and that voice which I could still hear in my ears. Save me. We abandoned her and ran away from this place. So if that wasn't some kind of torture chamber, and this place was actually curing her, Sarika and I would be free of the guilt that had been with us for so long. But my hopes... No. This place isn't anything like that. We're quickly dashed by Kunosato's answer. She opened another folder. It was filled with reports written in Japanese this time. Clinical trials involving intermittent pulses to the senses, electrical pulse signals to the lobes, and their effect on the phenomenon. Just as I thought, they're doing clinical trials from a brain science perspective. A brain science perspective? Clinical trials? Shut up. No talking. So they were doing experiments on people's brains for psychoanalysis. But I think there might be a girl I know here. What? I lied. I didn't know who she was. But if I didn't lie, I didn't feel like she was going to tell me anything. Just as I expected, when she turned around, I saw the first faint glimmerings of interest in me on Kunosato's face. I gave her a brief description of what I witnessed here so long ago. Kunosato bit her lip. Her expression was different than before. But then she forced herself to look back at the computer. Yeah. That was definitely a human experiment. A human experiment? No, that meant... Then that meant she was... That horrible vision started to eat away at me again. In the simplest terms, they were experimenting by screwing around with the human brain. Screwing around with the human brain? But you can't. I told you, this place isn't anything like what you thought it was. Kunosato was trying to keep her face as expressionless as possible. And then the second she opened another file, she gasped a little. I couldn't see the words on the screen as well. Wait a second. What is this? She was completely focused on reading the report, so she didn't notice that I was looking over her shoulder as well. Clinical trials on supersensory perception, a practical approach to generation of special event fluctuations. So they're triggering these events from the looks of it. What were event fluctuations? Kunosato clicked the mouse to move to the next page. I read along with her. Pathogenesis via visual stimulation. Accuracy rating 9.25%. Manifestation via induced dopamine emission in the central limbic system. Damage and removal of the hypothalamic area. No pathogenesis seen. Thought tracing, remote viewing, influence on events via amplified delusions. Over half the report was filled with specialized language that I didn't really understand. But by desperately connecting the words I did know, I managed to make some sense out of the report. And there's no way. I was stunned. Was that really possible? The girl who'd cried to us for help was being experimented on here. And the point of those experiments was to alter the human brain to give it supernatural powers. Oh my god. That explained why Shinjo and Kunosato were talking about psychics. And that was the commonality that I suspected was lurking behind the murders.
Oi.
Hey. Kunosato caught me looking and threatened me in a low voice, but I didn't have time to worry about that. Is this true? It's like science fiction. She looked unhappy but gave in. The experiment seemed to have been going on for quite a while. Actually, it's safe to assume the entire point of this hospital was to camouflage those experiments. This whole hospital? Yeah. But is it still... Are those experiments still going on? If that was true, was she still here? No. They were cancelled after a certain event. Something? They were cancelled exactly 6 years ago, on November 6, 2009. Is that the day of the Shibuya earthquake? The earthquake caused too much damage for them to continue their research? No, that's not right. This hospital was well away from the epicenter. There was no damage at all. Then why? That's what I'm trying to find out. Kunosato stopped short and clicked her tongue. She must have decided she told us too much. Just stay quiet. She pushed me away from the screen lightly. It looked like she didn't want me to read anymore. Huh? What's this? Kunosato's hand froze on the mouse. She was staring intently at the screen. Then she started to talk to herself. The effect of the 11th Rorschach on the brain. The 11th? She just knocked me away so that I couldn't see the screen, but I couldn't help but lean forward. Her voice was just that strange. What's wrong? There's only 10 Rorschach tests. I've never heard of an 11th. Shut up, you. Kunosato turned around and glared at me. When she did, I caught a glimpse of the monitor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The screen was filled with thumbnails of the different Rorschach tests. And Kunosato was just about to click on this mysterious 11th Rorschach. Kunosato clicked to open the file. When she did... Get the fuck out of here! The fucking sumo wrestler guy! Watch there be a sumo sticker. Yes! Yes! You were right, Loco! What appeared on the screen was the sumo sticker. Oh, he's having a delusion right now. What was going on? I felt sick. I couldn't stand. I collapsed to the floor. It felt like something was crawling up from the bottom of my intestines. Like something was bugs. Tiny slimy bugs with lots of little feet were crawling up from my stomach into my throat, scattering disgusting fluids behind them as they moved. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Loco. The disgusting crawling sensation passed from my throat and out into my mouth. What the hell were these things? Stop it, help me. I feel sick, help me. Get out of my body. Taku, snap out of it. Oh, this sounds hella suspicious right now. A little, Huh? Did I fall asleep? No, that wasn't it. I looked at the screen and gotten sick. And then passed out? Where was I? My head felt awfully cold. It feels kinda good. I could hear Sarika's voice, but I couldn't see her. Where was I? Look. Look. Look at Shin. Ito was here? You and I are matching, Taku. Matching? What was she talking about? Don't tell me we all looked at the sumo sticker. When I looked to the side and saw it, my head cleared instantly. Sarika was next to me, lying in the same kind of seat I've seen the girl in the vision sitting in. What was strange was her head. There was something on top of it, slimy and pink. No, that wasn't it. That was... That was her brain. What the fuck? The top of Sarika's skull was completely gone, with several electrodes sticking out of what remained. I suddenly heard a high-pitched voice from the other side. It took some time before I realized that the voice belonged to Ito. Same thing. That's how insane it sounded. What the fuck? Both their skulls are gone, and they couldn't tell if Ito was screaming in pain or pleasure. His brain was exposed, and part of it seemed to be missing. Doesn't this feel good, Taku? I tried to move, but I was held down tight and couldn't budge. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Don't move. I heard a cold voice from above my head. The voice was... I'll make you just like him now. So stay put. Something cold touched my head. At least that's how it felt. What the fuck? It felt good. Like my brain was going to melt. And soon I wasn't sure where I ended, and the rest of the world began. What the fuck? Huh? Where was I? I was back in the basement? Taku, are you okay? Yeah. I'm alright. What if all this is a hallucination and he's actually... What the fuck? Can you stand up? Here. Ito will slowly help me to my feet. Sorry. What happened to me? That creepy sticker suddenly appeared on the screen, and you got scared, and you tripped and hit your head. I see. I rubbed the back of my head, and sure enough, there was a big bump. Kunosato was staring at me from in front of the screen. I thought she was going to complain again, but instead, she pulled me up to look at the screen. There's something I want you to tell me. Come here. Oh, if it's that sticker, I'd rather not. I don't feel well. No, that's not it. Just come here. First, you want me to not look. Then you want me to look. What? Fine. Since it was clear that she wasn't going to take no for an answer, I stood next to her. This is the file I want you to look at. Kunosato tapped the report on the screen with her nails. It was found that the 11th war chart, that image you just saw, had some kind of effect. And the first experiments were performed in 2007, it says. 2007 was 2 years before the Shibuya earthquake. That was right about the time people started to see the sumo stickers, if I remember right. And that was the same year we snuck in here to find out the truth about the urban legend of Amy. I took the mouse and read the next part. It was found that those with the potential to cause event variations responded differently to the 11th Rorschach than others subjects. Wait a minute, so does that mean that Takuru is the killer? This phenomenon was first observed in subject number 79, Senri Minamisawa. But that's... And then I stopped scrolling down the screen. There was a picture of a girl there. Well, do you know this girl? Taku, this girl. Remember her? That was the girl. That was the girl we'd seen that day. Sato didn't realize what I was thinking though. She called up more data on the girl called Senri Minamisawa. Since she showed special symptoms in response to the 11th image, she was the subject of rather forceful experiments. But she survived. Forceful experiments? The kind that would kill you? When I heard that, I almost threw up. I did my best to keep Kunosato from finding out. But she was close to the epicenter of the Shibuya quake, and ever since then, she's been missing. Missing? No. More precisely, this facility shut down right after the earthquake, so there's no data on her. But there's a good chance that she didn't survive the quake. I see. It was horrible, but I felt a little less like throwing up. At least she hadn't died because of the experiments or because we'd abandoned her. Hearing that made me feel like I'd been forgiven a little. A violent sense of self-hatred overcame me again. I'm sorry, Senri Minamisawa. Watch Taku go to his house to find Senri there, or watch her be the killer. Who knows at this point? There's just so many plot holes. But that's good plot holes in a sense, because it's like everything was coming together and now everything is falling apart again. And now, I don't know, it's a good thing. She'd been practically tortured here as part of those experiments, and then been caught in the earthquake. But and then I felt something tugging at the edge of my memories. Minamisawa. Hadn't I heard that name somewhere before? But then where and from who? But before I could think about it any further, Ito spoke up hesitantly. What? You said that this facility shut down, but that doesn't make sense. There are still people here, right? Little Kunosato opened another file. According to this, there are still around 20 people being kept here. She scrolled down the page and a new picture appeared. Oh, wait, that girl. my god, that's her. Uki Yamazoe, confidential. Rank A. So that means attending Dr. Norose, Arc Heart. Date of birth 2001-10-19, female, blood type A. It can even read that scribble. That was the girl we've been following. That's got to be her. Taku, her name is Uki Yamazoe. It looks like she was originally part of the experiments, too. This shattering revelation was presented to us as a mere matter of fact, as if it was the most ordinary thing imaginable. Sarika covered her hand with her mouth, and her eyes went wide. Then she had suffered the same fate as Senri Minawisawa? Fortunately, she managed to survive all the experiments without losing her sanity, and now she's been given the job of caring for the patients on this floor. Caring for the patients? I thought she was a criminal who'd stolen my smartphone and threatened me. And what's more, I thought that she was either connected with the killer or maybe that she was the killer herself. That's what I assumed. But now I wasn't sure. No, stop. Don't let yourself be fooled by her looks or her past. In that situation, she was the only one who could have picked up my phone. And if she was a test subject here, she might have some kind of power too. You need something like that if you wanted to make a call from a cancelled smartphone. As my mind raced, Kunosato was checking out every bit of data on the machine. But the results of the experiments showed that only 0.01% of subjects were able to manifest a dye sword. The experiments were judged a failure, and it was decided that another course should be pursued. I knew it. Those idiot scientists. Kunosato sounded uncharacteristically ticked off as she closed all the folders and turned off the PC. Dye sword. That strange word snapped me out of my reverie. I'm sorry. It seemed that was what she was looking for. I looked at her, hoping for some kind of answer, but she just glared back at me with terrifying eyes. Time's up. We're leaving. Huh? If we stay here any longer, they'll find us. But we still haven't found what we're here for. Your plan was terrible to begin with. You don't even know the layout of this facility, do you? She was right. I'd snuck in here as a child, but that was all. I didn't remember the details. And there's no point in even looking. She was right, damn it, but there must be some way. I looked around the room and saw the rows of monitors. If they were on, they could at least tell us what was going on around the facility. Maybe they could tell us where Uki Yamazoe was. What's wrong, Miyashiro? I'm looking for the power source for these monitors. If we can turn them on, then maybe... It's useless. We don't even know if the observation system is even functional. Huh? Suddenly the room was bathed in pale light. All of the monitors on the wall turned on. All we could do was gasp. What we thought were security cameras were showing. 100 of sumo stickers. I almost screamed. I was so surprised. Taku, I'm scared. Inside the monitors on the wall was face after sumo sticker face, all looking at me. What was this? What was going on? Huh? Where am I? Hey, don't fall asleep. Kunosato? Huh? I was back in the chair. Was this a dream? Which was the dream? Was I dreaming of being in this chair, or had I been dreaming of being in the monitor room? See, this is what I don't understand. Like, where is he? My head felt really cold. Oh, that's right. They'd opened my skull. You've got a nice brain, huh? Did I... It's all pink and wrinkly, and it looks delicious. Should I be happy about that? Of course. Now then, time for dinner. What the fuck? Kunosato grinned with glee and took something metallic out of her pocket. A spoon? The human brain tastes best when you eat it while still alive. Huh? Who knew? Okay, here I go. What the fuck? No, the eye didn't open. What the fuck is going on? Now I can't differentiate it. Where I don't know if this is the real world, and when he goes back to the monitor room, he's in the dream world. I don't know. She was eating it. Kunosato was eating my brain. Oh man, I can't stop. I never thought that it would feel so good when someone ate my brain. What the fuck is going on? The fuck? More. Eat more. Eat me. The fuck is going? Again, I had another weird delusion. I quickly shook my head and slapped my cheeks to snap me out of it. Whoa. I don't like these. I feel sick. Sarika and Ito looked unhappy. It was because of the sumo stickers displayed on the monitors. I can't see them that well on the monitors though. I looked at the monitors once more, trying my best to avoid the sumo stickers. Is that the inside of this hospital? Some of the monitors were showing the inside of the hospital, but some were looking somewhere else. Street corners on Shibuya, signs under bridges, alleyways, overpasses, train stations, staircases, store walls. And then I realized all of the monitors were with sumo stickers are from security cameras outside the hospital. Some of them I knew. That was the spot where Kurusu had been attacked. Of course, there were sumo stickers there. I see. So they've been searching. Searching? Remember what that file said? People capable of causing special event variations react strongly to the 11th image. Konosato pointed to a corner at one of the monitors. I quickly looked away before I got a direct look at the sumo sticker. In other words, whoever was using this place put up the 11th Rorschach image all over Shibuya and used these cameras to find people who reacted to it. And then they took them here and did those horrible experiments. I remembered what I'd seen happen to Senri Minamisawa and felt like I was going to throw up again. And then Kunosato made a sharp noise. She put her hand on one of the monitors to brush away the dust, then stared at it. It showed something moving around a dark room. There was no sumo sticker there. It wasn't an image of Shibuya or the hospital above, so it was probably showing one of the rooms down here. That girl. It was definitely the girl. One on the screen. She was saying something to an old person lying on a bed and gently wrapping belts around their arms and legs. Hurry, it's almost time for security to come by. That girl was my only clue as to where my smartphone was, which meant that we had to find the room on the monitor. Kunosato suddenly told me that she knew where it was. She'd been so uncooperative to help. But when she saw the girl, she suddenly said that she'd go with us. Of course, I knew her well enough by now. She wasn't helping us, she's simply taking an interest in that girl. At least, that's how I saw it. As she moved down the dim hallway, the temperature dropped and the humidity went up. Hiccups. It scared the shit out of me. Fucking hiccups out of nowhere. This is it. She stopped in front of the door with strange words on the plate. Confinement room 3. Kunosato opened the door a little, taking care to make as little noise as possible. I peeked inside. And there I saw a world that I'd only ever seen in movies. There were rows of beds in the room, and there were what appeared to be prisoners lying on them. They had different ages and sexes. Some were old and some seemed young. And one of them I recognized. It was the old lady that the girl had been walking with before. Two 213-985-71-798-357. What the fuck? She was sucking that dick. He took it up the ass. Some were screaming, some were counting numbers endlessly. One was a girl who was endlessly chewing her food. It seemed unreal. I remember the woman with the baby carriage I'd passed before and felt cold sweat forming on my palms. This is severe OCSD, overheating and chewing caused by damage to the hypothalamic area, hemispatial neglect caused by damage to the cerebral hemisphere. All of them have had their brains messed with. then everyone here, they can't be easily disposed of, so they're kept here. For a moment, the tone of her voice changed. It felt like there was a pale flame burning somewhere deep within her voice. It was a pale flame of rage which seemed cold at first glance, but was in fact incredibly hot. Sarika tugged at my sleeve and whispered. She pointed at a bed in the back with her other hand. I could see something moving past what looked like a curtain. The fuck? I'm sorry, it's a little cramped, but please endure it. When you wake up, we can go for another walk, okay? Oh yes, I'm coming, just wait. Someone appeared from within the curtain. That's her. That's the girl. The girl in the file, Uki Yamazawa, didn't seem to notice us. She moved around from one patient to another, doing her best to take care of them. Good. She's still sane. I could hear Kunosato whisper. How do I get my phone back from her? I don't know if she'll listen to me. If I ask for it, and if she sets off an alarm? I'm getting her out of here. When she's out, you can ask her whatever you want about your phone. Huh? It took me a moment to figure out what she was saying. But by the time that I did, she flung open the door to the room and leaped inside. Uki Yamazawa's eyes went wide at this sudden intruder. Kunosato grabbed. Who are you? Motioned to Sarika and Ito and ran out into the hallway. We followed after Kunosato as fast as we could. Just like she said, if we got lost here, we'd be caught for sure, and who knew what would happen to us then. These motherfuckers are still screaming. Jesus Christ. I didn't know who was doing these experiments or why, but their victims were suffering horrible fates. As I ran, it felt as if their screams of rage were following me. Thank God we got out the hospital. I can't go on anymore. Can't move. We followed Kunosato as fast as we could and then made it outside the hospital, be a different route than before. Kunosato was sweating like a racehorse and her breathing was heavy, but she never let her guard down for a second. Instead, she seemed to be looking around intently. We were at the back of the hospital. This seemed like the exit where they moved corpses from the morgue to the hearse. For that reason, there was a fence surrounding us that kept us hidden. Kunosato had evidently taken this fence into account in her escape plans from the start. What do we do now? I was too out of breath to speak, so Sarika spoke for me. The underground facility is probably in an uproar now. They'll find us soon. If you don't want to die, move. Let's go. We were almost at the rear gate of the hospital. She started to run toward it. We followed her with the last of our strength. There was a guard stationed there, but inside there were only 2 men asleep, heads pointed at the ceiling. The sleeping drug I used doesn't last that long. If we don't hurry, they'll wake up. I frantically made my way through the guard station and finally got past the hospital's outer walls. Oh my God, they made it. We ran a little longer and found a van parked in a secluded spot. What's going on, Mio? Looks like you've got a crowd with you. Later if they're good for anything. If you can't just take them to my place. She seemed to be referring to us, but what did she mean by good? She was as arrogant as ever, and like usual, she was pissing me off. Roger. Everyone get in. Hurry. Her voice got a little sharper as she pointed to the middle seat in the back of the van. We could hear what sounded like a lot of yelling from the direction of the hospital. We quickly jumped inside and closed the door. When Osato got in the front passenger seat, the van started quietly and headed off into the night. Oh shit, alright. That'd be Coco when he taking a constipated shit. What the fuck? Alright, since it's already 2 a.m. where I'm at, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I am gonna save it though. Holy shit, that was an intense ass episode though. And we did play this for a while. What's gonna happen next? I have a feeling that we're gonna get more answers from this younger girl. We still don't know what happened with our phone. I still have questions about that thing that recorded from the camera that we put up before Kurusu got stabbed. And what's going on with these experiments? We have revelations about the dye sword. Are they actual physical swords? What's going on with us as Takeru, as his hallucinations or delusions keep happening more often? I guess the story is going to keep unraveling itself, and then we're going to figure out more about what's the connection between the experiments, Takeru, these monitors in the city, the sumo stickers. Everything is probably going to come together. It's falling apart, but falling together into a different picture, if that makes sense. Anyways, we're going to leave it there for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's stream. Thanks for coming through. This is Koko, baby. Signing off. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you all tomorrow for the streams. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And if you already subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button. I'm going to leave you with the outro, and I'll see you boys and girls next time. Thanks for coming through. As always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That way you guys stay tuned with the streams. Thanks for coming through, boys and girls. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day and have a great Thanksgiving day. I'll see you all later on for more streams. Peace.